Hello, my name is Maissa Becker, and this presentation reflects on my servant leadership service project completed with Feed-In with Trinity Lutheran Church on Staten Island, New York. In this reflection, I will explain how I selected the service opportunity, how I served the community, and how my experience connects to servant leadership principles and Christian philanthropy. I selected this service opportunity because it aligns strongly with both my personal values and my desire to serve others in a meaningful and hands-on way. Food insecurity is a real ongoing issue in Staten Island, New York, especially during the colder months. And I wanted to be involved in something that addressed an immediate and essential need. Feeding with Trinity Lutheran Church focuses not only on providing food, but also on treating every individual with dignity and respect. That emphasis on compassion and care stood out to me and made this opportunity feel purposeful rather than transactional. During this service project, I volunteered for a total of 4.5 hours from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. I served at Feeding with Trinity Lutheran Church on Staten Island, where the ministry supports individuals and families facing food insecurities through pantry items and warm meals. More than 200 individuals and families were served that day. At the end of the service, any remaining food was donated to a local men's shelter, extending the impact of the work beyond the immediate event. My service experience involved preparing and cooking large quantities of food, organizing pantry donations, and serving meals to the community. I worked closely with other volunteers in a very full kitchen environment that required teamwork, communication, and flexibility. My husband joined me during this service project, and serving alongside him made the experience even more meaningful. Despite the cold and snowy weather, the atmosphere was warm, collaborative, and focused on serving others with care. Robert Greenleaf explains that servant leadership is measured by whether the highest priority needs of others are being served and whether those served grow as individuals through this service project. Immediate physical needs were met by providing warm meals and pantry items. More importantly, individuals were treated with kindness and dignity, which created a sense of respect and belonging. This service directly benefited individuals facing food insecurity and supported those who are often the least privileged in society. Several servant leadership skills were demonstrated during this experience. Empathy guided my interactions with others, reminding me to be patient and understanding. Humility played an important role as the focus of the day was service rather than recognition. Stewardship was demonstrated through the responsible use of donated resources, and collaboration was essential in the busy kitchen environment. Active listening helped ensure that tasks were completed respectfully and effectively. This service experience closely aligns with T.W. Lewis' concept of Christian philanthropy and the four W's. The who refers to the individuals and families experiencing food insecurity. The what includes providing food care and presence. The why is rooted in faith-driven compassion and a desire to serve others. The when reflects consistent service as Feed-In with Trinity Lutheran Church provides weekly opportunities to support the community. One of the most meaningful takeaways from this service experience is the deep connection between servant leadership, personal values, and beliefs. This experience reminded me that servant leadership is not something that only applies in professional roles, or formal leadership positions, but something that shows up in everyday actions and attitudes. Serving others in this setting required me to slow down, be present, and focus fully on the needs of the people around me rather than on myself. My values strongly influenced how I approached this service project. Respect, empathy, and compassion guided the way I interacted with others. Whether that was working alongside volunteers or supporting those receiving meals, my beliefs reinforced the importance of serving without judgment and recognizing the dignity of every individual. This experience helped me reflect on how leadership rooted in service builds trust and connection, even in small moments. As an educator, this experience has significant implications for how I view leadership in the classroom. It reminded me that students thrive when they feel seen, respected, and supported. Servant leadership encourages me to lead with patience, humility, and understanding, creating an environment where others feel valued. Overall, the service project strengthened my commitment to leading through service, both in my personal life and in my professional role as a teacher. The photos included in this presentation highlight different aspects of the service project, including the kitchen setup, food preparation, and the overall environment where service took place, because the kitchen was very full and privacy was priority. I focused the photos on my role, the work being done, and the setting rather than on the individuals being served. This was an intentional choice to respect the dignity and privacy of those receiving assistance. These images represent the teamwork and collaboration that made the service project successful. They show the behind the scenes work that often goes unnoticed, such as preparing meals, organizing food, and coordinating efforts with other volunteers. While the photos may appear simple, they reflect the collective effort required to serve a large number of people effectively and respectfully. Looking at these photos reminds me that servant leadership often happens quietly, through consistent effort and cooperation rather than recognition. The images capture moments of service that emphasize responsibility, care, and shared purpose, which are central to servant leadership and Christian philanthropy. In conclusion, this service project reinforced my understanding of servant leadership as a lifestyle rather than a single event. Serving with feeding with Trinity Lutheran Church allowed me to apply leadership principles in a real world setting while reflecting on how values, beliefs, and service intersect. This experience demonstrated that leadership grounded in service has the power to strengthen communities and foster meaningful connections. This project also reminded me that service does not have to be grand or highly visible to be impactful. Simple acts such as preparing meals or offering kindness can make a significant difference in the lives of others. Participating in this experience encouraged me to continue seeking opportunities to serve consistently and intentionally. Excuse me, rather than viewing service as one-time requirement. Overall, this service project helped me grow personally and professionally. It strengthened my awareness of the needs within my community and reaffirmed my commitment to servant leadership. I will carry the lessons from this experience forward as I continue my education and future career, striving to lead with compassion, humility, and purpose. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my reflection. Have a great day.